Let's talk about last night's episode of The Tomorrow People, and it was a really good episode. We got a really great backstory on John and just how he came to be a Tomorrow People and how he got to Ultra and ultimately why he left Ultra. So let's get started. Right off the top, the case of the week is this guy named Killian, and he used to be a member of Ultra. And they used him to basically kill. Now, they were doing this test back then, and they were trying to like basically fry a part of your brain that doesn't allow you to kill people if you're a tomorrow person. And at Ultra, they found out a way to have it work. A lot of people died, and basically Killian was the only one who was left. And as a result, he left Ultra and like has a vendetta against them. So he goes back and he blows up Jedediah's car, and Steven is able to save him just, really quickly by teleporting in and saving him. And but what we really find out is that Killian used this as a distraction so that he could go in to Ultra, grab John's file, and leave. Now we quickly find out that John and Killian basically came up together in Ultra, and they were both test subjects of this, I guess, trying to remove this part of your brain that doesn't allow you to kill. And when Killian left, basically Ultra sent out teams to find Killian and take him in so that they could kill him or remove parts of him that could do all of this, teleportation stuff, because that's what Ultra likes to do. They like to strip you of your powers. And once Killian realized that John wasn't following him anymore, he didn't understand why. So then he finds out now that John is no longer part of Ultra and that he left. And for some reason, Killian has this huge vendetta against John, and he wants to make him pay. So there's this huge scene where Killian sets up like 6 bombs to try to kill this like youth orchestra, and John has to come in and like save the day. And it's a pretty cool scene. He basically like disarms 5 bombs, and he's able to save all the kids, but Killian gets away. So John goes to Ultra, which we know he hates to do. He goes to Ultra and asks them, look, let's work together and try to bring Killian in. Jedediah agrees, and they basically use both of their resources to find out where Killian is. So they find Killian, and he's in this underground garage. And of course, what John doesn't know is that Jedediah plans to kill both of them, because that is who Jedediah is. He's not nice. And Steven quickly finds out. And what the thing that's kind of annoying me about Steven is he keeps like going, oh, but you're going to kill them. Oh, you're using me to get him. Oh, it's like, Steven, wake up. Your uncle is a bad guy, and everything he's doing is to serve his own gain. He's not trying to help you in any way. So he needs to just like stop every week being like, oh, you're using me. Oh, you're doing this. It's like, yes, he's evil. So anyways, Steven tries to telecommunicate with John and let him know that it's a trick, that they're coming to kill both of them. And the strike team comes in, they start firing, and John and Killian teleport out. So then they end up having like this big fight in like some forest somewhere, and Killian is basically throwing it in his face like, listen, you're never going to win this fight because I can kill and you can't, and what are you going to do? And then all of a sudden you hear a gunshot go off, and it cuts to John, and he shot Killian. And basically it's like, yes, guess what, I can kill too. And that is ultimately the reason why he left Ultra, because they turned him into a killing machine, and that's not what he wants to do. So obviously none of the Tomorrow People know this, and it was a really interesting revelation about John. In this story, in his backstory, we found out that he lived in this horrible foster home. His father, like the foster father, was an evil man, and Jedediah ended up killing him. And he took, John in and basically trained him to be the person that he is today. And so in this eerie kind of creepy Stockholm syndrome kind of way, John, he doesn't really look up to Jedediah like his father, but he's really the only father that he had, as twisted as he is. But, they have no great relationship. In the last scene, we see that John is in the back of Jedediah's car, and he's basically saying, listen, I'm never going to be who you want me to be. I'm nothing like you, and I basically I hate you. And then he's like, the next time I see you, we're going to war. And he's basically like, it's kill or be killed. And then John teleports out of the car. And it was actually a really great scene. And I really enjoyed this because John is quickly becoming my favorite character on this show. I really enjoy like the depth that they've given him, and he's not just like, oh, I don't like Steven because I'm jealous because I think that there's a relationship going on between him and Kara. It's like there's a huge struggle going on inside of him. Obviously, like I said, he looks up to Jedediah a little bit like a father, but then Jedediah has done all these horrible things to him. Now we know he can kill, and he hasn't told anybody. Kara and the rest of them think that Killian got away, and so, or that he's gone into hiding, and that he's he's never going to show up because John scared the crap out of him or something like that. But interesting twist on John's character, and I really enjoyed it. The rest of the episode basically had Jedediah and John's mom having a dinner together. So she found out that John has been working for Jedediah and she's not pleased. And he's just trying, Steven's trying to tell his mom, like, look, I'm just interning. I'm just like, doing some things after work, no big deal. And of course, Jedediah is trying to back up that story. And his mom is trying to have none of it because back in the day when her husband, Steven's father, used to work for Jedediah's company, that's when things started to go all haywire. So she just doesn't trust it at all, and she's basically making her voice be heard, saying, I'm watching you guys, and the same what happened last time is not going to happen again. So it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Like I said, with Steven, he needs to sort of take the rose-colored glasses off and stop acting like he's really going to get on Jedediah's good side, and he's not going to be this bad guy that everybody else is saying that he is. It's like, dude, wake up. Your uncle is evil. So anyways, that is my review of The Tomorrow People. See you guys next week.